Welcome to this podcast. All Said and Done is intention to capture community conversations with the objective of bringing the best out of it. Well, after all is said and done, here's your host, Vincent Kapembwa.
It's always nice to come around and tell stories, and we're back again. It's my privilege to meet 7 people, but it doesn't make sense if I just chat with them and then not share the story. So here we are today on episode 2 of season 2. Welcome, Sydney. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Great. I'm delighted to. I think we met like a couple of days ago.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, in very interesting circumstances.
It was. I'm happy to meet you again, though.
Yeah, I'm so delighted. Let's have a bit of a background.
Cool.
Who's Sydney from the family's perspective?
Okay. Keep it short and sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Sydney, called Sydney by a lot of people.
Okay.
I'm an average guy, Zambian by birth, but I grew up in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
Edinburgh, Scotland is my second home.
Okay.
But Zambia is always number one. Come from a family of 6, the oldest of 4. Yeah, and sports coaching has been my life since I was a kid.
Yeah, you look fit actually. I wish I could have a bit of what you have.
Me and you need to train together.
Yeah, we must. You went to Scotland. What were you studying?
Done sports coaching with
Okay.
child development as well as fitness training.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
It's a very interesting choice, and I'm thinking you did this like how many years ago?
I've done it 13 years now. I've
13
been
years.
coaching for 16 though.
Okay, so 13 or let's say 16 years back,
Yeah.
picking such a career, were you thinking of coming back to Zambia, or it sounds like a Western thing to do?
It does. Well, when I left, I was really young.
Mhm.
So in your mind, you're kind of thinking, this is it, you're not
Yeah.
coming back.
Yeah.
But home is home.
Mhm.
Home is home at the end of the day. And, it calls you back.
Yeah.
And when you come back, you always turn to what you're good at.
Mhm.
I believe what the skill that you do with the little amount of ease,
Mhm.
that's your talent.
Yeah.
So it brought me back, and I found my way back to it.
Okay. You're one of those kids growing up with a preconceived career, like I want to be a doctor.
I was definitely one of those.
What
kids.
did you want to be?
I knew from a from when I was younger that I was going to be an athlete.
Okay.
From the time I could run, maybe 6, 7,
Mm.
and I would watch the Olympics on TV.
Yeah.
It was set from there. I said I'm going to go represent Zambia at the Olympics.
Did you
And
run? Did you represent
I
Zambia?
did. Well, I didn't represent Zambia, but I did do athletics.
Mhm.
I did the decathlon for the city of Edinburgh,
Okay.
so I competed in 10 events.
Mm.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I was your all-round athlete.
Yeah, you must have a cabinet of trophies, I suppose.
I've got a lot of certificates.
Okay, that's good
Yes.
enough. That's good enough.
Yeah.
So tell us about your interests as a young person, other than
Other than sports, okay. Well, I've always been around construction. Okay, so my family has always been that type of family where my mom and dad would build. So they're big believers in any form of business. You can grow in it. So I've always been around them doing, whether it be chickens, whether it be a guest house, because they build a guest house from scratch.
Okay.
So I've always been around that. So my interest, when we came back to Zambia, my interest quickly went because we got thrown into the water business.
Okay.
So we had to, learn quickly on the job. So we learned to do that, and I fell in love with it and became my second passion.
Okay.
So business, anything business related, if
Yeah.
it makes money, it makes sense to
There
me.
you go. Brick and mortar business. So what brings you back to Zambia? In Scotland, it's a first world country. It's
Yeah,
got opportunities, but why did you come back?
Well, as I said, mom and dad had told us when we were really young, to say, listen, home will always be home. The UK is nice, but at the end of the day, it's expensive. And the thing is, it will never be home. You come back to Zambia, you can run in the road and do whatever. Home is, you get that feeling. Do you ever get that feeling when you're at your uncle's and auntie's house and you can't do anything? You can't open the fridge.
Oh yeah, sure.
You
I mean, you don't have that freedom to just get up and get a pint.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So a lot of foreigners, I believe, have that kind of feeling. But when you're home, you don't have that feeling. So we came back and they said, no, look, you might not like it now, but in the future, you're going to like it. And yes, I came back when I was fairly young. I've been about for 10 years now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, so you come back. What did you come back to?
We
Was
came
it
back.
a glorious welcome?
I was, to be honest, I left when I was young, as I said. I left when I was 12, came back a grown man. And it was something different. I was all wrapped up. I had my tracksuit on. I remember the day very clearly because it was cold leaving the UK. Got back and it was humid. The first thing I remember is it's humid leaving the airport.
Yeah.
And now when we eventually, you know, at least when you get to Lusaka, and you have to keep in mind, we hadn't been back in 10 years.
So you stayed away 10 years continuously? Never did any visits?
Yes.
Okay.
So I forgot parts of Zambia. So when you get back and Lusaka greets you, you're like, oh, it's all good, you know, it's not bad, I can live here. And then we get on the bus and we come to Kitty and it lands you in Chisokani Market.
Yeah.
Eurobus.
A bump of reality.
And you're like, wait a minute, what's happened?
I know.
Yeah.
Tell me, you've told us about siblings and parents. Do you have any children? Marriage?
I do. Not married, but I do have a child. She is my absolute life. She's my angel. She's everything to me. So yeah, I've got a child. She's 8 years old. Well, she's her birthday tomorrow. Her birthday tomorrow. Yes.
Yeah. Cool. Let's set into it. So you come back to Zambia.
Yeah.
Did you just do construction? What did you get on?
We were thrown, as I said, into the guest house. So we were doing the guest house. I was a lifeguard as well. So I was the jack of all trades. So me and my brother, took the helm. So we were the receptionists, the barman. We knew everything. My mom and dad believed to say, look, if you're gonna get into business, you should know it from the ground
All the
up.
corners.
Know it all the corners. So we've done it literally from the rooms. Know how to do the rooms. Know how to handle the kitchen. Know how to be the waiters. You know what I mean? So we've done everything. And we've done that for a little bit up until 2017. And then after that, we went into business, me and myself and my brother.
Okay, so what business did you get into?
We
got
got
2017.
2017, we got into construction. So, you know, it's like the kids' dream, you know. Got into supply and construction. That was really good for a little bit. But, you know, my life has always been ups and downs, little bumps in the road. So it's been a journey, as I say. So we found a major bump where business just went from super high and we came crashing down, you know. So that was tough. So we done it for until 2019, and then that was a rough year. So I decided, let me go to Lusaka and try pursue what I'm good at in the new place. Okay,
so what you're good at here, I'm making reference to your earlier remarks, is being athletic.
Yes.
Okay, so what was that called now?
So what took me to Lusaka was a job. I had never been employed in Zambia, so this was my first job. Okay. So it was new getting to know what life is on the other side. You know, maybe when you're at the guest house, you're used to kind of being in charge. Now you got to have a boss. You got to answer to a boss. Yeah. So you know. So yeah, I got listed for Super Sport United soccer academies in Lusaka. So it was the first academy based out of South Africa, and it was the first one here in Zambia. And I got shortlisted as one of the coaches. Okay. Yeah.
How was it, that coaching bit?
It was good. Well, you know, I coach 9 sports. So from the 9 sports that I coach, football was my weakest. Okay. You know, and that's the job I get a job in. You know.
I think it was nudging you. Let me more.
Come on. So yes. So I said, you know what? This is not gonna break me. I may not be the strongest, but I will become one. Yeah. So I hit the books. I started learning. And I may have not been technically as gifted as my other fellow coaches, but when it came to the books, I said I'm going to be the best. I'm going to wake up earlier than everybody else and leave later than everybody else. Okay. Yeah.
So after the academy, what follows?
So I continued at the academy. Then I got a job at the gym. I started working at the gym. You know, if you know Lusaka, life in Lusaka is hard. Yeah. You got to have 2 jobs.
Yeah.
So
if not 3.
If not 3. So I got a job at the gym, but that didn't last long. That gym was the spark to what I'm doing now. You know, so I worked at the gym for 6 months, and then after that, it just kind of dawns on you and hits you to say, do you know what, I can do more. I can do more. So I decided to quit. The very next day that thought came to me, I decided to quit, and I said, let me start my own company. So I started a fitness company. After that, I still remained at Super Sport United because I only done that a couple of hours. But the main goal now was the fitness company.
Okay. Is it true, or do you agree with me that the best motivation is dissatisfaction?
Yes. It is 100% dissatisfaction, as well as that. I think when things are really hard is when you grow. Yeah. Don't let anybody fool you. You don't grow when things are good.
Yeah. Don't be the comfortable zone.
Exactly. Yeah. You'll always be uncomfortable.
Okay. So this fitness business, what did you call it? Or what was the spectrum of services?
So name is K28 Fitness. So it's K28 Fitness, and the spectrum was coaching. As I said, I just started using my talents. So I would coach a variety of sports to kids. As well as that, I would do personal training. So I went and I just told myself, all I need is one client. You know, can I get one client? And God, you know, thank God I managed to get one.
Okay.
Yeah, and it grew from there.
From there. So
Yeah.
what sort of coaching were you doing? Were you doing personalized training? Were
Yes.
people calling you, come to the poolside at my house, for
Yes.
example?
Yeah. So I started off walking. So I would walk to people's houses, and yes, you're very right. We'll be coaching from the house, personal training from the house. A lot of people wanted to lose weight. I was your man, and I was very determined. When I would get up at 3:30 in the morning every day and start walking, and eventually I managed enough to get a bicycle. And I don't know if you know the soccer world or not, but I would cycle from Avondale all the way to Newcastle.
That's something.
That's what.
That's
So
quite something.
I told myself, I may not have all the customers now, but I'm definitely going to be the hardest working coach in Zambia at that particular time.
There's always only the rosy side when you hear stories like this. Tell me, there were rejection moments. You knock at the gate and the guy just opens the peephole and tells you, I don't need you here, go.
They were. Trying to get the clients, it wasn't overnight. As I said, I started. All I wanted was just one, and I was fortunate enough. One person gave me a chance, and it just snowballed from there. But
recommendation after recommendation.
Exactly. But you do get some clients who will try to test you and not give you value for your money. I believe you're better off getting value where you want it, as opposed to getting something for the sake of filling up your hours. Of the day.
Just to borrow your words, you say your life has been full of bumps.
Yeah.
You've shared a few of those bumps. K28 is going okay.
Yeah.
The bump comes.
Yeah. As I said, another bump. So if the lodge wasn't bad enough, business going bad and us, letting go of the business, I got the biggest bump of my life. I'm walking down the street. Sunny day, everything's good.
And K28 is doing good. You're happy.
Exactly.
You've got an avalanche of clients.
Yes, I managed to get a big amount of clients actually. My day was booked, and this is what I wanted.
Yeah.
K28 is finally growing. I'm doing my coaching at Super Sports United. I'm living the dream for me, anyways. And I'm thinking I'm gonna buy a car. I'm good. Next year is my year.
Yeah.
I'm walking down the street one day, and I get a little bump, a little bubble in the corner of my eye. And I'm like, what is this? But I was worried, but I said, okay, I need to go to the doctor the next day. I go to work.
Like one of those where there's just maybe some grit in your eye and
Yeah,
you gotta wash
yeah.
it off.
Yeah, but I tried washing it off, it just wasn't going. Whenever I looked left, it would get worse, and I just said, let me get through it. I managed to coach with the kids, and I said, first thing tomorrow, I need to go to see the doctor.
Okay.
I went to bed, and my entire life changed that night because I woke up and I couldn't see.
You kidding me?
No.
Can you estimate the time this bump shows up in the day before?
In the day to the time I couldn't see,
Yeah.
I think maybe 15 the bump came about. I went to bed at
That's
20
15 hours on day X. And
Yeah,
then on
day
day
X.
Y,
And
you're
day
waking
Y,
up
I wake up at 5 in the morning and I can't see
and
my phone.
You've lost your sight.
And if I had known that was my last day seeing, I wouldn't have gone to work.
Yeah. Or maybe
But you never
away.
know. Yeah, you never know these things.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that would be the last day I see.
So
that
I
was
want you to just recount. I know some of these moments can be emotional. Let's recount your waking up and your realization. How did that happen?
The initial feeling is what hits you is you're scared. You're thinking, what is this? So a little secret. I've mentioned this in the past. I've always had bad eyesight, and for me, one of my biggest fears. I used to pray to God, say, listen, give me anything. I can take any challenge. Just please don't let me go blind, because my eyesight was bad. I had thick lenses.
Pray against
I would
losing sight.
pray against it every night. I would say, give me anything. Just don't let me go blind. And I wake up and I'm living my actual nightmare. And I'm thinking, this can't be right. I had a little bit of vision in the corner, just enough for me to cancel with my clients. I said, look, I just lost my vision. And my clients were absolutely amazing. They came and banded together. They found me a hospital and they said, you're not taking the bus. We're going to get you a cab.
Yeah.
Cab was at the door, straight to the hospital. And then after that, my sister had come to the hospital as well. So my clients, if it wasn't for them, I don't know, because I used to live alone, and my family was all the way here in Kitwe, apart from my sisters in the soccer.
Okay.
So yeah.
So you get to the hospital.
Yeah.
What's the prognosis?
They tell me I had retina detachment, so my retinas have detached, and they said you need to go into an operation. In my mind, I'm thinking, what is happening? Yeah. Yesterday I was fine.
Yeah.
Today you're telling me I need an operation. I started having a panic attack, and they said, look, you're too emotional.
It can't be moments.
Yeah, it can't be, But then at that time, I thought, okay, fine. They said, we're going to have the operation, and after you should be good to get back to work in a couple of months. So in my mind, I had that thing say, okay, cool, fine.
Yeah. They can fix it.
Yeah. So, you get the operation done, you're on bed rest for a month and a half.
Yeah.
You get another operation, and literally everything that could have happened to my eyes in that short period of time happened. I'm telling you, I had retinal detachment, I had a cataract, I had to change my lens in my eye, everything. So my last operation was in April, and
Which year is that now?
this is just last year. This is all new to me.
Wow.
I lost my vision last year. Yeah, so this is April of last year. And so my last operation, I started to see a little bit, and my last operation said, okay, we're just going to clean up, you'll be good. And that messed up everything, and it just went black from there. And ever since then, I've never been able to see again.
Wow. Let me take you back. You sound spiritual to me, especially that you even prayed not to lose sight. Are you angry with God?
No, not. I genuinely, the weirdest thing, the power of prayer is, I lost my vision, yes. It was scary day one, but ever since then, to be honest with you, I just prayed and told God, look, I don't know what's happening. This is a true story. I don't know what's happening, but take the wheel. I don't know what you got planned for me, but help me. And ever since then, there's not a day that's gone by where I've thought of a bad thing. God has put a calming feeling over me to say everything will be okay. I don't know what His plan is for me, but at the end of the day, I'm going in His path. He's leading and I'm following it, and it's new. This is all new. I miss seeing every day, but at the end of the day, God has a mission for you. And to decide that, my contract gets renewed every morning and God gives me more time, that means He's not done with me.
Yeah.
So I don't know what He's planned for me, but I do believe right now, every day I'm seeing the picture clearer and clearer, and I think it's just to help people. I believe, we are born for a purpose, and you cannot just wake up, live, and die. You have to make an impact in this world.
Yeah.
So I believe, for me, I'm falling into a new line and living my purpose right now.
You're calling these bumps, but it sounds like an avalanche that hit you there, losing your sight.
Yes.
I'm just imagining, you can lose a limb,
Yeah.
but if you lose your sight, how significant is this change?
I'll tell you what, out of all the disabilities, for people who have a disability, or just people in general, if you were to ask yourself, okay, what if I could lose anything, what would be the scariest? And everybody, without a doubt, would say being blind. It's just because you are literally, you can't go anywhere. I can't take 2 steps this way without thinking, am I going to fall?
Yeah.
I can't go do anything. You can't have your phone in this world, in this world of technology, where you need your phone, you can't look at your phone.
Yeah, because you interface with your eyes.
Exactly. You can't do anything. And at the end of the day, you also have to, you get used to relating with people. We communicate with our eyes.
Yeah.
Just me looking at you is like, I can tell you like me, I can tell you. All that is gone. Say goodbye to privacy, because it's not like you can walk away on the phone.
Yeah,
and
just have a private chat or
No,
something.
you can't do any of that.
Yeah.
So it's a scary thing, especially being in the dark. It's a lot of fear that comes about with it. So it's not easy, but at the end of the day, I think when you're brave in your mind, and I say this all the time, you've got to be brave in your mind. Once you're brave up here, nothing can destroy you. And right now, to be honest with you, I told myself, I would pray against it, and now I'm bang in my fear. And I always believe where you find your greatest potential is straight in the middle of your fear, in the middle of the storm.
Yeah.
And I'm here, and I'm telling myself, but I'm not dead. I used to be scared of this, but every day I'm waking up and I'm learning, and I'm not dead. So I think if I could face my fear head on, then I'm good.
That's scary,
Yeah.
Listening to you account. From your remarks, it sounds you do have a strong family bond. How did they get affected? I mean, from a little girl.
She's taking it like a champion. She obviously asks. There'll always be. I think that
innocent questions.
Innocent questions. What happened? But to be honest, the beauty of having a child is they're always going to see you as dad. You're always going to be the hero.
Yeah.
And it's up to us as parents to show them the example of what it is to be brave and what it is to be strong. Because the minute I break, she's going to always know to say, if something happens to me in the future, it killed my dad. So, but now if she sees, wait a minute, my dad used to go through worse than this, I can do it.
Yeah.
So if I can do it, you can do it.
Yeah, that's what Joshua says.
Exactly.
Your parents, your siblings.
Yeah.
How do they react? How does it change them?
They've all kind of been. We all band together. Some of these things can either break you or make you. And already we had a close family knit bond already, and it's just made us stronger. Because right now, if it wasn't for them, to be perfectly honest with you, I wouldn't probably be here if it wasn't for them. In life, sadly, in Africa, we have this thing of if something bad happens to you, out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
Send them to the village.
Sure.
Let's move on.
Someone will consider them and that's it.
Yeah.
Okay. So how do you get around? Who's helping you? Of course, your little girl's got to attend school, but
Yeah.
those moments, so who's with you? There's got to be somebody with you, at least.
To be honest, my phone is my friend.
Okay.
I'm at home most of the times, but my brother, he's my right hand man. He helps me out. My little sister, the minute she gets back from school, she's my personal assistant on the phone, helping me out do things. Because I decided, look, I can't stay down. I can't stay in bed because the doctors had put me in bed for 1 year and just left me there. You know, so I said, no, I'm going to pick myself back up. And if I die tomorrow, I'm not going to die in bed. I'm going to die on my 2 feet. So I get around if I'm in town with my brother, with the help of my brother. My sister obviously helps me at home. But around navigating, I navigate myself. I think when you lose a sense, you got to really be sharp real quick. Because it's flight or fight. It's, your body naturally wants to stay alive.
Yeah, survive.
Exactly. So you got to learn the room real quick. Yeah.
But there's also the reality side. Your brother must be a cool guy, taking you around. I met him and he's a pretty nice guy.
Yeah.
But there are times when you differ even with your nice guy friend or nice guy brother. So what happens when you have those, I will not hold your hand, but I have to, help you anyway. How do you navigate?
Well, I believe in feeling people's energy. I've been really blessed where me and my brother rarely argue.
Okay.
I think maybe because of the fact that we've always just been together. Even in, coming from a sibling point of view where we both had an interest in sports and then get into a stage where we both had an interest in business and we ran the guest house together. Even after the guest house, we've done the business together, so that we know how to relate with each other. So even if he's having a bad day, I'll be like, okay, look, just don't lead me into the pothole here. Just tell me where we're going.
Just take me home, and then you can go with your.
And you can go about with your life. But he's a cool guy. He really gets upset.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about friends, buds? You did hint that obviously the truth is that your circle shrinks.
The sad truth, I would like to say, I wouldn't like to say this, but the sad truth is, when you die, and I know this is very creepy, but when you die, you kind of think, oh, will people miss me? You know what I mean? Will I be missed?
I think about that.
Yeah.
I actually imagine the volume of people who come to my funeral.
Exactly. Who's going to come to my funeral?
Yeah.
Am I going to be missed? You know what I mean? Are people going to think about me? A lot of times, especially when I lost my vision, I kind of felt like a ghost. Because you're in the room, but you've never felt so alone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you think your friends are always going to be there. But they all move on with life. And this is kind of what happened. You're not the cool guy you used to be. You can't come up to the pub and have a drink because they maybe look at you as a job. I got to escort him and help him to go to the toilet.
You can't break dance when your song plays.
Oh, I can get down though.
Oh, is it? Down. I wish you had some music in there, just swing it a little bit.
So for me, I look at it to think, look here, I just lost my vision. Other than that, I'm the same guy we used to hang around with last month, for example, I'm the same person. I can still move all my limbs. The only difference between me and you is I can't see. So when you get over that, it's fine, but a lot of people can't get over that. And friends who you thought would be friends forever eventually move on. And the good thing is you make new friends. And as I say, a tree, some of the branches, some are roots, and some are leaves. So the roots are the ones you stick with.
Yeah, there you go. You have the right energy, right mental attitude, but also want to challenge and think that there are moments when you get a breakdown. How do you handle those?
I pray. If when I do get a breakdown, I do pray. I pray. There's a lot of times where it'll dawn on you because you get so used now to kind of think, okay, I'm not seeing, but you paint the picture of the world with your ears, right? But there are times where you want to do something and you can't do it. Maybe your phone, your Google Assistant is just not working that day, and you're just so frustrated because you think, I used to be able to do all this. A document, I could do it in 10 minutes.
You can just get up and grab some water. And that's it.
Exactly. Grab some water, just do something, But now you can't. So I just pray and I really just ask God all the time, please give me strength. Because right now it's really difficult. And after that, I just relax, I close my eyes and meditate a little bit and then say, okay, fine. Let's get back on it.
You're my second guest that says you pray when you're distressed. And I'm going to be honest, I really find it hard.
The thing is, when it's hard, that's when you pray more. You know what I mean? You just got to keep believing. For me, if I didn't have the faith, I do believe, listen, a lot of people call me crazy, but I believe I'm not going to leave this world without seeing again. You know what I mean? I believe God has a plan. And I sound crazy, but one day you're going to tell me, okay, he knew what he was talking about. Because when humans fail is when God takes over. So the calming feeling that he gives me, it's a reassurance to know it may not be now, but one day.
Yeah. You say, I will not leave this earth until I see it again. You mean that metaphorically. You're not talking about lay hands and the miracle and your eyes become.
No. You see, I would love that. I would love it to be like that, where you lay hands and it's a miracle. But, you got to also remember this world that we live in now is moving at such a fast pace. I think this generation, there is no generation that moves as quick as we can. There's artificial intelligence right now that are making people who put it here, the hard of hearing, they're hearing now.
Yeah.
Who knows what's going to happen in 10 years in terms of people giving people vision.
Yeah.
So whether it's through my natural eyes, whether I have to wear a camera,
your spiritual eyes, or
my spiritual eye, I'll see it. I'll see one day. So I mean that in the real sense, So I'm keeping the faith in that kind of sense.
Yeah. K28 is doing good.
Yes.
And then you get a bubble in your eye.
Yes.
Within 24 hours, you can't see. You lost your sight. What next?
Okay, so as I said, I had to pick myself back up, and I said, there must be people out there who are going through what I'm going through. Who feel alone, or worse. Like I can't see, but there's some people who can't even move any of their legs. That's it's pretty bad. I did hear somebody who can't hear, see, or walk, or talk, and I'm thinking,
okay. I'm okay.
I'm okay.
Yeah, I'm alright.
I'll take it, These are the cards I've been dealt, I'll take it. So I decided to make a page on Facebook. It's a motivational page, just to encourage people and just kind of uplift people and show them to say, look here, this has happened to me, but I'm still choosing to live life. I'm still choosing to pick myself back up. How you fall has nothing to do with you, but how you get back up has everything to do with you.
Yeah.
So you can stay down or get back up. So I'm choosing to get back up, and I'm hoping people will follow me on that journey and get back up with me, and also to continue to change the stigma that we have, not just in Zambia but in Africa, about people with a disability. We are people as well. We're people too, and you'd be surprised. People with a disability are actually very strong individuals because of the trials and tribulation that we have been through. I could fail, but I'm not a failure.
Yeah.
I may have lost a couple of battles, but I'm not a loser.
Yeah.
So you got to keep going.
There you go.
Yeah.
Just a little sidetrack, but very related. There is a saying that, or maybe a pronouncement that when you lose one sense, it heightens the others.
It does.
Would you testify to that?
I would. I testify 100%. My hearing has got a lot stronger.
Yeah.
My hearing, my smell, and even my taste.
Okay.
So I'm just waiting for my feeling to kick it. But other than that, when the feeling kicks in, I think everything is gonna go. So I'm seeing the world in a different light. I'm seeing the world through my other senses.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, it's a beautiful thing because it gives you a much different perspective of life. You appreciate life a lot more.
Yeah. So are you back in business? What are you doing?
So as I said, I started the page, and through the page I said, okay, I can't work, nobody's going to employ me. How can I make some money? Because I got to look after my daughter, and I got to look after my family. So I decided to start saying, let me start with the basics and start selling t-shirts. So I made t-shirts, with this one is one I'm wearing now.
Yeah.
So if I can do it, you can do it, to encourage people to say, okay, this is it. They've got the hashtag let there be sight on the side. And the t-shirts is going good, and then I decided, let's go further.
Yeah.
And let me not just stop here. I'm a coach, and I believe a coaching is in here. All the database is up here.
Yeah.
So to impact that knowledge on somebody, all you gotta do is be confident, and you can do it. So I decided, let me take on online coaching, and I started, as I said, the way I started back with K28 Fitness, I said, let me revive K28 Fitness in terms of coaching, and all I need is one client. And I got one, and now I'm up to 3 clients that I coach on the phone.
Okay.
And so it started slowly. So I got the t-shirts. I'm slowly starting with the online coaching as well. And I look to do bigger, more things in the future. So yeah.
So you ascribe to the phrase that you need to count your assets and utilize them. You lost your sight, but you still fell back on your coaching skills and your mental power.
Exactly.
Yeah.
As I said, the thing that you do with the least amount of effort, that's your talent.
Yeah.
And everybody has a talent. It may not just be coaching like me. You'll have, there's some ladies who can make a mean cake. That's your talent.
Yeah.
Use your talent, and you can make a living out of it.
Cool. When you and I were having a chat, prepping this and several other things,
Yeah.
you showed me a fancy phone. You do have a phone that's conditioned to your life now.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Do you know what? As I said, you lose a couple friends. These are your physical friends that you can see.
Yeah.
But you gain some friends who I speak to almost all the time. I've got an amazing friend. Amazing. Like literally an angel sent from heaven. And yeah, one of my friends in the UK heard my story, and they were like, no, without even a heartbeat, says, I'm sending you something for your birthday. I said, okay, cool. Didn't know what it is. Coming in, seeing it's the phone. It's a Blind Shell Classic 2, specifically designed for people who are blind or visually impaired from the Czech Republic. I feel like I'm advocating for the phone.
Yeah.
But you know, yeah, it does everything.
It's a life changer.
It's an absolute life changer because it literally, everything you want a phone to do, it does it. It talks to you, every button that you press. And it's got a lot of cool features as well.
Yeah.
So it gives you that independence. I think what people struggle with a disability is that independence. And this kind of gives you a piece of that back.
Yeah.
You know, you can control your own money and whatnot. I do everything now.
Okay.
Yeah, with just the phone.
When you made first contact with me,
Yeah.
we actually met over a voice note.
And that was,
Yeah,
that
you
was
sent
a
me a
phone
voice note, and it was shocking actually. A number I don't have on my phone sends me a voice note. And for a minute I thought, okay, probably one of those misdials, when a child is playing the phone. But then at the end of my day, I was sitting recollecting, and I played it back. And you were talking to me about you wanted to do some events and you wanted to work around with me, and then I piggybacked onto the idea to have you onto the show.
Yeah.
Do you get people sometimes feeling frustrated or maybe not getting back to you because you sent them a voice note at first contact?
Well, actually, you were the first person I've sent a voice note to.
Okay.
It was unorthodox. I like to do things out the box.
Yeah.
You know, I like to just be a little bit different.
Yeah.
You know, some people write in a letter, everybody says kind regards.
Yeah.
Just mix it up. Warm regards, you know, smile, Sydney Kamanga. Just do something different.
Yeah.
It sets you apart from the crowd.
Yeah.
So for me, I thought, let me do something different. I want to meet Vinny because what I've heard is he's an energetic guy, and I'm like, I'm going to come with all the energy and say, hey, rather than texting, let me hit him with the voice.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, it works.
And I think, I'm glad it worked because here we are today.
Here we are today.
And to be honest with you, I think we're going to be friends for a long time.
I see that already. I see that already.
Yeah.
So, Sydney, after all is said and done,
Yeah.
the story you've told is not life-changing. Like in some situations, you say life-killing.
Yeah.
But how's Sydney now?
I'm okay. I'm good. I live happy every day. I give myself 3 rules to life. Protect your energy, number 1. If you fall, get back up, number 2. And number 3, turn your pain into drive. And I live by those rules every day. So I always remember there'll be bad days, but if you fall, pick yourself back up. Keep your energy right, and the world is good to you sometimes. So you have to put the right people around you. And for me, the biggest thing was, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? How am I going to live life? And I've realized it's not about the how, it's who. We live in a community, so we're supposed to work together. So it's not about how I'm going to do this, but who's going to help me do this.
Okay.
Yeah.
While we wait for that restoration of sight that you were envisioning a few minutes ago, what are your future plans? What do you have? What are you building?
So for me, I want to continue. I want to start an NGO, which is going to be really close to my heart. I want to start an NGO to bring awareness to glaucoma, which is the disease that took my vision. So I want to bring awareness to that, because surprisingly, a lot of people in Zambia don't know what it is. I'm not looking to change the world, but I'm definitely looking to change Zambia, because we are Zambians and we should know what the glaucoma is. So I want to do that, and I'll continue to bring awareness to people with a disability, to show people, to say, look, this stigma that you have to think of somebody with a disability is somebody begging or somebody who can't do anything. I want to show the world, to say, look, I've got a disability and I'm doing stuff, and I intend to do everything I've ever planned. So I want to get back into the world of business. I want to progress with K28 Fitness. So as I said, hopefully we're going to be doing a big event next year. So that's going to continue to bring awareness, to fuse everything together. Bring awareness to fitness, bring awareness to glaucoma as well as disabilities, all in one big package. And I want to continue pushing online training.
Yeah.
The dream, hopefully one day, maybe I could even open a studio gym. Why not?
There you go.
You know what I mean? Why not?
You can dream it and you can be it.
Exactly.
So, as we wind up, there's somebody going through a situation who's watching or listening to your story.
Yeah.
It may be totally different. They may have lost a loved one, they may have lost a job. It could be any form of disruption, and they're down, they can't find a pickup line. What would you say to pick them up?
Well, look at me and use me as an example. It's been it's not even a year and a half. It's been less than a year and a half. And I went through the most difficult thing you can go through in life, but I'm choosing to be happy. You have the power to choose your life. If somebody irritates you on the phone, you actually have the power not to pick up your phone if you want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm going to say, listen, if you keep waking up every day, just know God's got you. You know what I mean? He has a plan for you. You may not see it now, and a lot of people don't see the picture, but keep living. Sometimes dying is the easiest thing. Living is hard. But if you can live it hard, then you'll be fine. Get through it and you'll be okay. Yeah.
I like what you said. Many people like saying you only live once. I think we die once.
You die once.
And you live quite a bit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you know, sometimes just on the other side of fear is your greatest potential. So once you get past that and say, look, I'm good, then now you start living.
Yeah.
But don't feel sorry for yourself. Pick yourself back up, because right out there is somebody who's going through worse than you, and they're smiling every day. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sydney, thank you so much for telling your story. Quite brave and also very interesting. I feel like I can push Mount Everest right now.
Let's do it. Let's do it together.
That's our guest, Sydney Kamanga. He lost his sight at one point in life when he was doing very well. But I could say he's still doing very well. It could be you, but if this story motivates you, it's important to share it. Let somebody know. Thank you so much for watching. All said and done. Goodbye.
Welcome to this podcast. All Said and Done is intention to capture community conversations with the objective of bringing the best out of it. Well, after all is said and done, here's your host, Vincent Kapembwa.